Good morning, everyone. Brian here with BMK Retro Gaming. Of course, my own shirt. I can always have you guys one worked up and sent your way. Was a gift originally from an old friend of mine, Scott Gull, who, we haven't been in touch in a bit. No real explanation, but he'd had it worked up and sent to me. But I do have ways to get some more if you guys would be interested. So, anyone interested? Feel free to inquire. Now, this morning we have that review of the Atari VCS 2600 original library game I promised, Keystone Kapers. Here's my cartridge. Just have a loose card. As you can see, it's not in the absolute best shape. It's got a little wear down here, but could be worse. Those old Activision labels could be a nightmare. Now, I've heard some people say that the red label is one they haven't seen much. And me, I don't keep too much of track of label variants, but I will admit this is one even I myself am not that familiar with. Not sure what's different about it. Nothing that says that I can tell. I'd also been sent this by my friend Scott Gull a while back. In fact, there's an old unboxing video where it would have been featured. So, even though we haven't been in touch in a while, Scott, thank you for everything. He really did do a lot, send me a lot to help support this channel and get things going and keep them going. And shame we haven't been in touch here lately. Anyway, Keystone Kapers was developed by the awesome Gary Kitchen. He and his brother were two of the best at Activision. And, Gary developed it and Activision published it in 1983. Now, in it you are Keystone Kelly, a cop who, is, one of the finer officers on the force. No, he's actually considered kind of a bumbler or bungler, thus why he is apparently on duty at a mall. Or he may have just chased down your opponent, Hooligan Harry, to that location, but appears as though he catches him in the act of being there trying to rob the place. And Hooligan Harry is apparently, he's wearing what looks like a striped jail or prison outfit, so, yeah. Wouldn't be the smartest way to go trying to rob the place to me, but I guess it was probably Gary's way of trying to go ahead and make it clear to us who our bad guy is supposed to be. Anyway, Kelly, being considered kind of a bungler, well, it's kind of funny, why are you on duty at a mall? That may have something to do with it. At a shopping mall, or, well, who knows? Like I say, he could have chased him down there, but at the same time, it's kind of funny, too. It seems like it'd be something very European or all. I mean, here in the U.S., you've traditionally had those security guard mall cops rather than actual police officers on duty there. Paul Blart, anyone? Yeah. Anyway, Gary got developed in 1983, and it was published by Activision, and it's a very good game, very well regarded by most, including myself, though I must admit I'm not the very best at playing it. I'm not the very best at playing many of these games, or even close. I try. And I enjoy them. Hey, it's one of those things, whether you're winning, losing, or what, you learn to enjoy it. Anyway, it is very early morning here. Again, I've got my coffee going. And, we're going to go ahead and have a nice little video here. I'm going to go ahead and, I've got my Hypertime Retron 77 emulation hardware console set up, and it does work with it just fine, so I'm going to get it set up with that, and we're going to take a look at the gameplay. Okay, so here we go. Hit my reset button so we can get started. You start on the right and run left and right, trying to catch up to Harry Hooligan. That's 50 points for any of these money backs or such. And the elevators can be kind of a tricky way to go after him because Harry Hooligan will switch directions if you get off on the elevator on the exact floor he's on or anything, but ho ho. It's still a good way to try to catch up to him. And he's going to trap himself right here. And I am off. Trick is to catch him before he can get back down to jumping back down to the next floor down. Darn it! In either case, Harry Hooligan is going to disappear almost as if by magic out of the entire dadgum place in roughly 50 seconds. That's how long you have in each round to try to catch him. Like I said, the elevator can be a tricky way to try to catch up to him. How in the heck did he... But it can work. Darn it. I'm not going to let it do me that way. That's another thing. You run the balls or anything like that, it's going to take some time off. Oh, how cute. Thinks I'm really going to let him get away that way, does he? I think not. See, that's the trick about using the elevator to get caught up to him. You have to cut him off at just the right point for it to actually work for you. Oh, by the way, your score is amplified by 100 points times whatever you have left on the clock for every time you manage to catch Harry Hooligan in a round. That's on levels 1 through 9. Then, of course, on levels 10 through 15, it's by 200 points, and above level 15, it's by 300 points. Okay, we're going to be setting this one very close, aren't we? I'm back here. There you go. As the levels advance, of course, and you get far enough along, you're going to start encountering there's a shopping cart, not to mention the radio was added. And there will also be other hazards, such as flying airplanes, which we'll see before long, I think. Oops. And they can rob you of pretty fair amount of your life. Well, instead of robbing you of just your time, those will get you for, oops. Those will take a life from you straight up, so you don't want that one. Dadgummit. Also, every time you fail to catch Harry, you lose another life, so... I like this one a lot because it's got great sound effects, great gameplay. It's one of the nicer looking games that Activision managed to put out in the day. As far as I'm concerned, there's really nothing here that you wouldn't like. Not really. You can earn an extra life every 10,000 points. This ought to work. Oh, no you don't. And basically it's a pretty good fun game. They could have made this into an arcade game if Activision had been doing arcade cabinets back in the day. Well, that stunk. Besides having your run, which is your basic move, you also have your jump. And of course, as you just saw with the airplane, your duck. So you have a pretty wide range of things that you can do in this game. Crud. One thing about those airplanes, they tend to come through pretty quick. You kind of get used to learning what you have to watch out for on every level after a while, but doesn't make it a lot less tricky for you. Okay, you're a hooligan. I'm not playing around with you like that. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. There we go. Oops. Darn. And there's my game over. Great game and all, but that's a bit of enough of the gameplay for now, I think. I think you guys get the general idea. Okay, so that was Keystone Kapers. An excellent, how do you say, well, it's kind of, it's between an original title and a port because it was ported over by a third party for the Atari VCS 2600. It's an excellent game, as you saw. Have to forgive the fact that I'm kind of lousy again at it. I mean, I guess I did okay, but didn't even get to the point of getting an extra life, so could have been better. Let me adjust this a bit lower. There we go. My face wasn't even in there all that good. But I do like for you guys to be able to see this, you know. Anyway, it's a great game. Gary did great work on this, and Gary, I know you follow me on Twitter, and you do still have a pending Facebook friend request from me if you get around to it at some point. Anyway, wonderful game. And what more could you ask for? I mean, this is fun, action-packed, exciting, fairly challenging. But still, I want you guys to tell me what do you think of the game? How do you like it? I know it's a well-liked game, so well, maybe I should be a little surprised if some don't find it to be quite their thing, but for most, I can imagine this game is going to be pretty well appreciated. I do have some... Oh, whoa. Chair almost tilted on me. Some recommendations and links for you guys. My friend Brian Puddin, with his channel Brian's Man Cave. Cooladee. His video doesn't have any sound, but it's just a little gameplay video, but still, it's pretty enjoyable, so check it out if you want to. Retro Comparisons, kind of does comparison contrast between the ports of the game, as you would expect. Vizzed gameplay videos, has a nice gameplay video. You really play that. TechZonk, His Royal Highness Highretrogamelord. Friday Night Arcade, and Phil, the No Swear Gamer, which is probably going to be your most informative, not to mention family-friendly and clean review of this game. Let's see, that's about 9 different recommendations for you guys. The links will be included in the description of this video in about that order, so feel free to check them out and take a look if you like. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to somebody that I forgot to yesterday. One of my good friends and one of my other favorite YouTubers, Chris, the Atari Creep. Now, Chris does a lot of old school retro gaming, a lot like many I follow, you know, but he also keeps up with things like the Atari VCS. Not like this, the new one that was released not too many years ago. Not really my thing. I don't get into things like that. I've seen, and it's pretty interesting. It has some very nice, nicely done games and takes on, redone takes on some of our old classics. So interesting enough to take a look into. And he also keeps up with and has taken some flack for. He's still a supporter of the Intellivision Amico, which is supposed to be coming out, but which has been delayed for, I think, what is it, 2 to 3 years or more now? Look, I'm sure Chris is just as frustrated as anybody else on that, but the thing is, he's not the current incarnation of Intellivision himself. He's just basically a YouTuber, a content creator doing what we're supposed to do. Since, well, some of us get paid for it, but a lot don't. I guess you wouldn't quite call it a job, but that's part, the job when you commit to doing this is you're into what you're into, and you make videos giving your commentary, reviews, etc., your opinions on whatever, and that's what he's doing. But taking flack for it, for doing just what a YouTuber content creator is supposed to do, no, it doesn't seem right to me. I can understand, subscribers and fans or, visitors to a particular channel are going to have their opinions too, but seriously, give the guy a break for doing what we're supposed to do as YouTubers, as content creators. I do, anyway. If Chris wants to keep supporting the Amico, and, keeping up with what's going on with it, that's his thing. Don't hold it against him. I mean, heck. And still having one that he's invested in that's supposed to be on order, I mean, that Intellivision in their current incarnation is screwing things up or just hasn't been able to get everything sorted out yet is their problem. Not his fault. Anyway, he's a great guy, and so, yes, I want to give a shout out to Chris, the Atari Creep. Check out his channel if you like, because there's a lot of good stuff there, as well as to the Atari 2600 Facebook group, which I'm a member of, and it's a wonderful place to be at. I know that there was quite a bit of positive response to me doing this review video when I announced it'd be coming out today, Wednesday, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Again, I'm sorry that my gameplay was not a bit more competent, but, it's a tough game to start with. And I probably could have put in a little more practice, but, I'm busy with other things too. Even for being disabled and on a fixed income otherwise, I still have plenty on my plate. Anyway, if you guys enjoy my channel's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comment section below. Especially tell me, what do you think of this game? How do you like it? Or is there one of the ports like for... I forget if it was... I know there's one for the ColecoVision. And I forget if they released one for the Atari 800 computers, 8-bit computers or what. But what are your thoughts? What's your favorite on these? And how do you like this one in particular? And a couple other questions. Have you played Atari today? And if not, why not? What are you waiting for? Okay, that's 3 questions. Anyway, you guys take care, and I should have another homebrew game review coming up. And coming out this next Sunday. Not sure which one or what it's going to be yet, haven't quite decided, but we'll see then. You guys take care, and I'll see you again on Sunday, if not a little before.